She says you don't love me, her voice a trembling thread, a whisper slicing through the quiet of my head. Her eyes, once warm as summer, now hold winter's sting. Each word a shard of ice, a wound that clings. I stand before her, rooted, heart a heavy stone, searching for the truth in a love I thought I'd known. Her lips, they quiver softly, accusing in their curve. And I'm left to wonder what love I failed to serve. The room is small, too small to hold this weight. A battlefield of silence, where love and doubt await. Her hands are folded tightly, a fortress of her pain. Each finger locked in judgment, each gesture a refrain. You don't, she says, and pauses, her breath a jagged knife. You never did, she murmurs, rewriting all our life. I want to reach across the void, to pull her back to me. But her words have built a wall where love once flowed free. I think of mornings golden, when sunlight kissed her face. When laughter was our language, our haven, our embrace. The way she'd hum while cooking, a song without a name. The way her touch could spark a fire, a wild and gentle flame. Did I not love her then, in those untroubled days? Did I not show it clearly in 1,000 tender ways? The coffee left by bedside, the notes slipped in her bag. The way I'd hold her close when the world began to sag. She says you don't love me, and memory starts to blur. Each moment now a question, was it ever really her? Was it her I held at midnight, when dreams would softly break? Was it her I swore to cherish, for every breath's sweet sake? I see her in the garden, her hands deep in the earth, planting seeds of hope, of joy, of love's unending birth. I see her in the starlight, her silhouette a song, and wonder how she thinks now that all of that was wrong. Her voice cuts through the quiet, a tide that pulls me under. You say the words, she says, but they're empty, torn asunder. I'd open my mouth to argue, to plead my heart's defense. But words, they falter, fragile, beneath her cold pretense. What proof can I present her, what evidence of care? The years we wove together, the burdens that we'd share? The nights I stayed beside her, when fever burned her skin. The days I fought her battles, her heart my only kin. She says you don't love me, and doubt begins to creep. A shadow in my soul, a wound too raw, too deep. Did I forget to tell her, in moments rushed and brief? Did I let the world's loud clamor drown out her heart's belief? I think of all the silences, the times I turned away, the calls I left unanswered, the plans I'd let decay. Perhaps she's right to question, perhaps I've grown too still. My love a quiet river, not the torrent of her will. But love is not a firework, all blaze and sudden spark. Its roots beneath the surface, it's steady in the dark. It's choosing her each morning, through chaos and through calm. It's holding her through tempests, her hand my only psalm. I want to scream this to her, to make her see it true. That every breath I've taken was love, and only grew. Yet her eyes are distant oceans, her heart a locked-up shore. And I'm a weary sailor, adrift forevermore. She says you don't love me, and time begins to bend. Each memory a mirror, reflecting to no end. I see us in the springtime, her laughter like a bell. The way she'd dance in rainstorms, a magic none could quell. I see us in the autumn, when leaves would kiss the ground. Her scarf around my neck, her warmth in every sound. I see us in the winter, her breath in frosted air. Her fingers laced with mine, a love beyond compare. But now she stands before me, her verdict cold and clear. You don't, she says, unyielding, and plants the seed of fear. I search her face for traces of the girl I used to know. The one who'd smile at starlight, who'd bask in love's soft glow. Where did she go, I wonder, that girl who trusted me? When did her heart start drifting, a ship lost out at sea? I want to ask, to beg her, to trace the false cruel line. But her gaze is unrelenting, her heart no longer mine. She says you don't love me, and silence fills the space. A chasm carved by words, by doubt, by time's cruel face. I think of all the promises, the vows we swore to keep. The dreams we built together, now buried in the deep. I think of how I'd hold her, when tears would freely fall. How I'd whisper, I am here, and answer every call. Was that not love, I wonder, was that not proof enough? Or did I miss the moment when love became too tough? Her hands unclasp, they tremble, a sign of breaking will. And for a fleeting second, I see her heart stand still. Perhaps she wants to falter, to let the wall come down, to reach across the silence, to let our love be found. But pride, it holds her steady, her pain a stubborn guide. And I'm left to wrestle with the truths I can't abide. I want to shout, I love you! To scream it to the skies, to make her see the fire that burns within my eyes. She says you don't love me, and now the room grows dim. The air is thick with sorrow, the light begins to thin. I see her turn away now, her shoulders stiff with grief. Her steps a slow departure, her heart beyond belief. I want to run and catch her, to pull her to my chest, to tell her that I love her, that she's my heart's own quest. But words are frail and fleeting, they crumble in the air. And I'm left with her echo, her absence everywhere. The door clicks shut behind her, the sound a final blow. And I'm alone with questions, with love I'll never show. She says you don't love me, and maybe she is right. Perhaps I failed to shine love's unyielding, steady light. But deep within my marrow, I know it isn't true. My heart has always beat for her, in everything I do. Yet what is love if silent, if locked within my core? If she can't feel its warmth, then what is it all for? I sit within the quiet, her absence like a blade. Each memory a ghost now, each moment starts to fade. I see her in the sunlight, I see her in the rain. I see her in the spaces where love and loss remain. She says you don't love me, and though I'll fight that claim, the truth is in her leaving, the weight of all my shame. For love is not just feeling, it's showing, day by day. And somewhere in my silence, I let her slip away. I'll carry this forever, her words a heavy chain. A lesson carved in heartache, in love's unspoken pain. She says you don't love me, and though I'll always try to prove my heart was hers, I'll never know just why. The stars above are silent, the night a lonely sea. And I'm adrift without her, her love a memory. But still I'll whisper softly, to skies that never hear. I loved you, always will, my heart, my home, my fear.